Okay, I want to rank every intense to extreme tower I've beaten. I'm not going to make an intro. CUMC is my first intense ever. The first intense I've ever beaten. I beat this on 18 December. Then my next intense, which was TOIA, which I don't think is intense, was like 4 days later. Obviously, I beat this only because I wanted to get a stupid crystal. And not like I really used the crystal. One of the only times I used a crystal was in my falling and failing completion. Oh yeah, and also Tower Trisco. Because I didn't have any healing items other than the crystal. So I guess it was kind of useful, but I don't really use the crystal now. I only use the crystal as like a joke sometimes. Like, oh, I lost 15 HP. I'm gonna use my crystal because it's so useful. Okay, CUMC. A lot of people say floor 5 is bad, but floor 5 is actually one of the best floors in the tower. I mean, mainly because CUMC doesn't really have that much fun gameplay. The floor 4 outside is... I used to think it was like hard, but now I think it's easy. It's not really that bad. It's just like, oh my god, it's thin and you have 3 seconds to beat it, so it's so hard. People think anything timed is... People think anything is timed and over the void is hard. Like, Curve Ascent floor 8. People think Curve Ascent is extreme only because outside. Also, this tower has filled corners, so if you fall outside, it's GBJ, so you can lose your arc in area rush. And sometimes people like deduct their points for that, but I'm not going to do that because I thought outsides were supposed to be GBJs from like Tower of Heck. The first few floors are extremely boring. They're huge button progress and I don't know. Every time I play CUMC, I only get nervous when I get at like floor 4 because the first 3 floors have like way too long button progress, and also floor 4. Like after that button at floor 4, there's like no more button progress. And all the button progress is really long, so it makes the tower feel long, even though it's not supposed to be long. I don't really know what to say about the steeple. I want to give it C tier because I don't know. The outside's kind of ruined. I mean, floor 6 outside is probably the hardest outside in the whole tower, which was my worst fail on this tower. Not steeple, whatever. And then TOIA. If you see tower rating, if you go to tower rating game and go to my profile, you can see I rated this peak challenging because everything is netted. And when I beat this, even though my skill level was like barely intense, it didn't really feel like an intense since everything was netted except for floor 10. I mean, floor 10 is kind of netted. It's just like you have lives. Wow, so unique. I've definitely never seen a million towers use their live feature. TOHR, TOAF. Yeah, I don't think there are any more towers. TOIA is kind of a one-time experience. I'll give it like... Some of the gameplay is kind of good, so I'll just give it C tier. But like, the main reason it's so low because it's basically a one-time experience. It took me like an hour to beat it. TOIE, my second actual intense, and not TOIA because it didn't really feel like an intense. TOIE, this is one of the hardest towers I've beaten with only sight reading because not really sight reading. I actually entered Tower of Impossible Expectations as a joke because I used to not be able to get past the 2nd floor. But when I got to like floor 6, I looked up Adamir's guy because I was scared like there are gonna be some random trolls. I'm pretty sure I fluked it from like floor 7 or something. No, I fluked it from like... I think I didn't fail anywhere further than floor 6, but I don't actually remember exactly where I like fell. TOI has some like not balanced gameplay. I mean, I already made a floors tier list of this, but I'm still gonna rank anyway. Some floors are extremely boring, and some floors are still boring. There's no like fun floor in this tower. The only actually fun floor is like the floor 3 path where you don't take the single stats. Which, like, they should have removed the single stats. Floor 3 is way too short. The floor 8 outside is usually what makes me not want to play this tower. Like, normally I would replay this. Normally I would like replay this tower a lot, but the floor 8 outside makes me not want to do that. Even though if floor 8 wasn't an outside, if floor 8 didn't have an outside, then I think this would have been like high challenging. The this is a tower rush killer, but I'm not gonna lower any points for the fact that's a tower rush killer. Same with tots. I mean, there's not much else. Also, in my TYE floors tier list, I gave floor 10 a B tier, but I'm gonna change that to D tier because floor 10 is really just nothing. Tower of table flipping. Oh yeah, TYE is C tier. I think tower of table flipping is B tier. I mean, the thing that usually kills all of my like replaying runs are the floor 9 ending with like the half stats. I usually fail that a lot, so that's why I don't replay this tower a lot. This tower's pretty fun. I mean, some parts are fun, but some floors are just like, I don't know why they exist. And then what else? Floor 9 isn't even that bad. People keep saying, oh, floor 9 is difficulty spike, but it's not even that bad. I'll just give TOTF B tier. Okay, Holy Flip is going in E tier. It is supposed to be F tier, but floor 8 and floor 10 basically justify that. I mean, like, floor 8 and floor 10, I mean, this is supposed to be an F tier, but the reason I'm putting it E tier is because of only because of floor 10, because that's actual gameplay, unlike everything else. I'm not really gonna say anything about TOHF. Oh, you know, TOHF, I think it was the hardest tower I beat with only sight reading. I mean, like, I did use some guides at like floor 3 because I got tired of it. I mean, Tower of Holy Flip was the hardest tower I beat without practice. Like, before I knew there was a practice place. This was the hardest tower I beat. I mean, if you don't count. Wait. Like, I forgot to mention TOTF is like the hardest tower I beat without practice. Like, before I found out about the practice lobby. And TOHF is also another tower I beat without the practice place. Just putting it or whatever. Increasing stress. I'm pretty sure a lot of people call this tower hard because floor 9 is entirely an outside and floor 10 also has an outside, but it's not hard. This was actually the furthest I've gotten in a tower without practice or a guide. Like, I actually got to floor 6 of this tower without a guide. Then when I got to floor 6, I decided to look up a guide because I was scared, and then I just fell at floor 6. No, I think it was floor 7, the break floor. Whatever, the floor of the net. Yeah, that was the furthest I got in a tower without a guide or the practice place. Oh, stop, what happened? I mean, there's actually not a lot to talk about TYS because I don't actually remember a lot from it. Floor of Fury. You would think this would go in like D tier or something, but I think I might give it a C tier. Because, I mean, the vines are pretty fun, and there's also some parts with actual gameplay. I mean, like, actually has gameplay. People keep talking about that stupid, like, I think it was like the floor 6 jump where it was really long, even though it's not actually that hard. You just need a strategy, I think. Because people just blindly jump, like, ooh, why didn't wait? I'm gonna hate this tower. Also, the floor 9, I realized. Okay, wait. One day I was playing this in a practice place, and then I found out that floor 9 has like an entirely different path, but I never saw it because, like, everyone takes the skip, including me. I've never seen anyone like go in the real path in floor 9 because everyone skips it. Since it's like a random difficulty spike, I think. Tower of 1-9. I want to put an A tier. I know my tier list said it was entirely B tier, but if every floor in the tower is B tier, it kind of totals up to A tier because, I don't know, like, it's just a constant B tier. I mean, towers like C tier, B tier, C, and it's like B tier. But if it's like B, then it totals up to like bottom A or something. I think one of the main reasons I don't replay this tower a lot is because floor 6, floor 6 to 8, I think. Floor 6 to 8. The floors with like nothing catching you are quite a difficulty spike for some reason. I don't really know why. which is one of the reasons I really want to play this tower. I mean, replay this tower. Yeah. Toon goes in A tier, I guess. I think I should go in full screen now. Okay, Steeple of Huge Pain. I'm pretty sure I mentioned this multiple times in my video, but like, Steeple of Huge Pain, I've actually been wanting to beat since like, since my hardest was like table flipping or something. And I couldn't get past floor 3, but I decided to give this tower a shot after I beat like 4 soul crushings or something. No, 3. This is another tower where I don't want to replay it. This is another tower I don't want to replay because of one floor, and that's floor 3. Because floor 3 is a difficulty spike. And it also has some really, I mean, the gameplay on floor 3 is kind of bad. Floor 4 and 5, actually, like, the gameplay isn't too bad or too hard. I mean, floor 5 is the hardest floor in the tower, like, raw gameplay. But like the gameplay is actually fun compared to the first 3 floors, because they're not really fun. It's just kind of gameplay. Also, I really like how Steeple of Huge Pain has like this reoccurring theme with like the pillars and stuff. I think I mentioned that in the video also. Okay, yeah, B tier. I mean the B tier only comes from the floor 4 and 5, but like this is supposed to be A tier, but floor 3 kind of makes it B tier. Citadel of Laptop Splitting. People say I hate this tower. I don't actually hate this tower. I just don't like this tower. A lot of the gameplay, people keep saying, "Oh, it's an adventure," blah, 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 but the gameplay is. If I make that one stupid tiered obby, like tier 0 obby, named Marathon or something, has like same gameplay as Citadel of Laptop Splitting. Like most of the floors. I mean, Citadel of Laptop Splitting, some of the gameplay is kind of equivalent to like that one tier 0 game named Marathon. Because they're all just bored. Like floor 3 outside and then floor 7 especially. And I don't know. I'm just gonna skip to True Skill because I don't want to like Eddie Wing hates codes because it or something. People keep saying codes is good because of the adventure and the vibe, but like I'm ranking these towers by gameplay and not by their like vibe or adventure or intensity or anything. Okay, Tower of True Skill, my first Remorseless and everyone's first Remorseless. This is like the ACU. This is like the ACU. The stupid GD level name ACU. I don't know how to pronounce it. This is like that. ACU in GD is basically True Skill in JTO because it's everyone's first Extreme and it's everyone's first Remorseless. Actually, the same thing can kind of apply to TODTS, everyone's first SC. True Skill, I mean, some people say they want Floor 9 nerf, but if Floor 9 was nerfed, this would be like mid-intense or something. I feel like it's one of the biggest arguments in JTO because like, literally the only reason the tower's remorseless is because of Floor 9. I mean, I guess you could also add up the Floor 4 and Floor 6. You know, Floor 6 is even hard. Floor 8, oh my god, okay. This tower was actually supposed to go in B tier, but there's something about True Skill that makes me not enjoy it. I don't know what it is. Like, every time I try to replay it, I always fall at like past Floor 5 or something when I try to replay it. Like, it just doesn't feel fun for some reason. Even though, like, when I'm playing with no clip, when I'm playing in a practice place, it's fun. But when I play in the real game, it just doesn't feel fun. Which is why I put in C tier for some reason. Floor 9, I think, is the best floor in the whole tower. I mean, not because it's a difficulty spike, but the gameplay is just a lot more fun than the other floors. Because the other floors are just kind of, they're just gameplay. But Floor 9 is like, train your jumps or something. Okay, whatever. I'm not gonna rank this higher up because it's like nostalgia and classic and it's ring 1 and yeah or something. I don't like it when people do that. Okay, Fractured Obstacles. You would think this can go in like D tier or something, but I might want to give it C tier. This is one of the only towers that when I beat them, I'm not gonna enter the portal ever again. Like usually with these towers, I would like example, I beat Tower of Table Flipping. Sometimes I still like come back 2 Tower of Table Living, but like this is one of the only towers where, like, after beating them, I've never entered a portal since. Cause like, I don't know, Fractured Obstacles is kind of just like difficulty spike loop failing. The button progress is like, I mean, there's like so much button progress that when you fall, it feels like you're just climbing a truss back up to where you fell or something. Like a really, really tall truss instead of like doing actual gameplay, because like, it just feels so short. I don't know what to, I cannot like pinpoint which floor in this tower is the worst or best. I mean, you could just like take it from my floor tier list, but I cannot tell what's the worst or best floor in this tower. Cause floor 10 isn't even fun. Floor 10 is just like jump to the next platform, press this button. But like, and then like floor 4 is just, it's just hard gameplay. I don't know. I mean, all the gameplay in this tower feels so generic. So I think I'll give it D tier actually. I don't know, this tower is just not fun to replay for some reason. Steeple of Towering Pillars. I'm pretty sure I also mentioned this, but I've always wanted this to be my first Remorseless, and then I beat it as my third Remorseless instead. I think this was mentioned in the description of my Towering Pillars video, but the only reason I decided to give this tower a shot again was because of, I was scrolling through like CRP like fail moments, and I saw like Steeple of Towering Pillars was his last resort or something. And I was like, oh, Steeple of Towering Pillars, I want to play that again, and then I ended up beating it. I'm pretty sure this is my second to shortest grind. Wait. Actually, wait. Okay, yeah, this is like my second to shortest grind behind Fractured Obstacles, cause like Fractured Obstacles and Towering Pillars, they were both beaten in like one attempt basically. I mean, except I fell in the GBJ at floor 2, but that doesn't really count because it's floor 2 and it's like 3 seconds in the tower. Okay, one of the main reasons I don't want to replay this tower is because of difficulty spikes. I know why there's difficulty spikes in this tower. They're just everywhere. I mean, especially like floor 1 is really long and floor 2 is just difficulty spikes. I mean, not really that many difficulty spikes, but it's just like not the most balanced thing ever. And then floor 3 is usually where I get nervous. It's like, I don't actually remember a lot about floor 3. Floor 3. Floor 4 I also don't remember a lot. Floor 5. And then floor 6 is like, I don't know, a perfect final floor. It's really long. This is actually a really long steeple for a steeple. Usually a steeple would be like 5 minutes. But this steeple has like the length of a tower. I mean, even if you like don't fall. I don't know what else to say about Towering Pillars. Okay, I'm just gonna skip to TOVE, which is gonna get S tier. Actually, okay, this would be S tier, but every time I all jump it, it always gets better, so it's S tier. Haha, I probably thought. A lot of the gameplay is like, okay, floor 9 is one of the best floors to ever touch this game because like you can literally pick 2 paths. Like one of them is like simple wraps with like basically a time section, and then the other path is jank, which is like the better path in my opinion because more fun. Somehow this tower actually executes jank in a way that like no one really hates it. I mean, some people do dislike TOV, but they don't really like hate it like TOBK and Hopeless Hell. Actually, I don't think people hate Hopeless Hell. This tower does have its own difficulty spikes. Like, I guess floor 7 is kind of a difficulty spike, and also floor 3. People say floor 3 is the easiest floor, but I think it's actually floor 9. Because floor 9 is actually really short. Oh yeah, speaking of which, this is like one of the. I'm pretty sure this is the shortest Remorseless in the entire game. It's kind of weird because like it always I mean, every floor you go through. I mean, every 3 floors you go up, it feels like you just went through 1 floor instead. The design's pretty cool. This tower's pretty balanced. Don't know what else to say. Just go to TOBBB. Okay, TOBBB is the hardest tower I've re-beaten because there was a challenge where you had to beat a tower that was like deemed like music deemed or something. So I tried to re-beat TOBBB, but apparently it wasn't music deemed. Cause I thought D Block Berserk mean like beat, like music beats or something. So that's why I re-beat it for the challenge, and it didn't end up working. TOBBB is my second favorite remorseless behind TOVE, as I mentioned in my video. Somehow the gameplay is kind of like jump to the next platform, but like a more advanced version of it, because it's not really like jump to this platform and then do a simple wrap and then do this slightly long jump. But TOBBB is like do this jump, except you actually have to control your camera and use your own skill or something. Also, floor 10 is really cool. I'm pretty sure I gave floor 10 like A tier, but I think I should give it S tier now, because like the idea of the floor was executed really greatly. The gameplay isn't really that bad, and that's all. I don't really know what else to say. I mean, this is like the only tower to have beat blocks executed correctly. Okay, now the soul crushings. Tower of Inevitable Failure. Wait. I beat Inevitable Failure like January. Like less than a month after my first Immortalist, I think. Yeah, less than a month. I mean, barely less than a month. Yeah, I beat my first soul crushing like 25 days after I beat my first Immortalist. Okay, this is supposed to go in A tier. But floor 7 and floor 8 and floor 3... Wait, no, not floor 3. Okay. Floor 2, floor 7, and floor 8 are what brings this tower down to B tier. Because those floors aren't really fun. And floor 7... I mean, floor 7 is hard, but like in a bad way, because it's not hard like you have to use your skill. It's hard as in like there's no way to predict how you're supposed to jump. Especially this one jump before a truss. I'm gonna show you on screen maybe. Floor 9 is pretty cool. Floor 10 is I really like the last 7 jumps because they're like pretty difficult, especially for floor 10 and especially away from the net. Oh yeah, floor 8 is a net. It's pretty cool. Wow. Also, I'm not sure if anyone's ever mentioned this, but floor 7 really looks like a Tower of Hopeless Hell floor. If you recolor floor, if you like remove the neon parts on floor 7 and then replace like floor 7 with like a black frame or something. I mean like recolor the flame and then like recolor the frame to black. People would think it was just some random TOHA's floor, but it's actually TOF floor 7. Because it's like structured in a way that looks like a TOHA's floor. So it's just like structure spam, and it's like circling around the whole floor. It looks pretty cool. TOTL. This is supposed to be E tier, but the final stretch and floor 3, like both alone, D tier. This is supposed to be D tier, but floor 3 and the final stretch are the only. I mean, floor 10. Floor 3 and floor 10 are the only reasons this tower is on D tier. The rest of the tower is kind of boring, just lack high jump, and then loop fail because of floor 3, and then every floor is like 5 seconds long. Also, I used to think floor 5 was hard. Now I think like the walkarounds, but now I think like floor 5 walkarounds aren't really that bad. I mean, that's what everyone used to I mean, like before people get used to the walkarounds on floor 5, people would think like they're the hardest part. They're like the hardest things of the tower. I don't know what else to say. Floor 9 is one of the worst floors to ever touch this game. It's really nothing. They just made like a part and then copy pasted it everywhere. Playtested to make sure it was possible. And then like, oh okay, I can finally make floor 10. Okay, time to make actual gameplay for once or something. That's basically what floor 9 is. It just wanted to rush the tower to make floor 10. I feel like I'm pretty sure floor 9 is actually small. I'm pretty sure floor 9 is actually like thinner than the size of like a mini tower's floor, so that's why they couldn't make actual gameplay. But Could have just actually, you could have just tried. Tower of Ben Trauma. I used to hate, this tower was supposed to go in like E tier, but okay, this is supposed to be D tier, but the only reason is all the way up here is because of the final stretch. I don't know how you made the final stretch look so cool and play so well and like balance it so perfectly. I didn't think there would ever be a tower where a final stretch didn't feel like a final stretch and like actually, I mean, I didn't think there was a tower where a final stretch felt like a great finale, not like a final stretch of a tower. I mean, it's like nerve-wracking, blah blah. Like everyone hates the final stretch because they fail it like 30 times, but that's actually good. Like probably like, I mean, I think this is the second floor in the entire like all of my floors tier list to have an S tier. I mean, I'm pretty sure this is the second ever S tier floor in all of my floors tier list videos. The final stretch plays better than literally anything else. I don't know what else to say because everything about this tower is just boring, unbalanced, difficulty spikes in like pure darkness. Floor 5 is the hardest floor. I'm never gonna change my opinion with that. A lot of people hate this tower because of the punishment and blah blah blah, but I don't know, people always hate towers because of the punishment, which makes no sense. Speaking of hating towers because of their punishment and also overrating towers because of their punishment, Curve Ascent. Some people say Curve Ascent is extreme, even though I think it's high peak remorseless. I don't know how you can make that big of like a difficult. I'm not even gonna ask. The design looks so cool. If I was ranking these towers by like their design, I feel like this would go in A tier. I mean S tier. But the gameplay is kind of unbalanced, and sometimes they're not really fun, and sometimes they're just actually RNG. Floor 6 is kind of boring. I mean, no, floor 6 isn't boring. It's just like really bad. I like. What else do I like about this tower? Floor 10 isn't the greatest floor. I mean, the final stretch is pretty cool, but it was executed kind of weirdly because the gameplay is like really awkward. Floor 1's the worst floor in this tower. People say it's like floor 8 or something, but floor 1 just plays so terribly. Like, just pretend floor 1 was like replaced with floor 9. I mean, just pretend floor 1 and floor 9 was swapped. I feel like everyone would think floor 1, as in like floor 9, would be the worst. What else? I don't know what else. I'm just gonna skip the TOBK. TOBK. I think I'll give it B tier. The final stretch isn't even hard. People keep saying like the final stretch is the hardest part of the tower, but this is the hardest floor of this tower. I feel like every floor in this tower, I mean, they're kind of carried by the fact that like everything is netted. So there's no like hardest floor in the tower. Everything is the same difficulty.
Are you ranking every intense to
Yeah.
extreme?
Yeah. And one of the only reasons I don't want to play this tower again is because of floor 3. I mean, the floor 3 trust senses literally just souls RNG. The thing that makes this tower B tier is everything past floor 6, because the first 6 floors are extremely boring, but floor 7 to 10 are actually pretty fun. And like, they're not too chokeable. I mean, I guess there are choke points, but not like, oh, this tower is terrifying because of them or something. What else? Wait, what else? This tower was so boring. Somehow this tower plays Somehow this tower plays jank in a way that's actually like enjoyable. I mean, like, not as in like, oh, this is the best jank gameplay in the whole game. Like, it's like you can enjoy the gen gameplay. It's not like, oh my god, why is this like, why is it so RNG? Why am I literally just Google random number generator or something? I don't know what else. The final stretch is not RNG, blah blah. The most boring video ever.